pure white, half a horn, and looks stupid as hell. With very basic features. No facial hair or anything like that. Just looks like a klutz. So let's give him a go. Let's see what a warrior is like then in Alpha Legion for the first starting main quest. Looks like a Fury warrior to me. Sure is. So they start you off as a Fury warrior. And at least they put a lot of your abilities on the bar. What's my talent points? Oh wow. Oh yeah, I could have picked loads of abilities for the Demon Hunter. I didn't do it. I only did it for a couple. Oh my. It's a lot of abilities to suddenly just pick up. Let's just do the passive ones for now. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I never did get into the swing of Heroic Strike very well. So yeah, if you play any other class, judging by the looks of it, since I did the Demon Hunter, and this is the next class onwards, it looks very much like you start in Dalaran. This is where you go. So if you log into World of Warcraft, it's probably going to tell you to go to Dalaran. And then when you go to Dalaran, you're going to talk to this guy over here, get your thing, and there's probably going to be a quest out here where you talk to them and they'll send you on your way for your legendary weapon. I assume. But maybe it's going to be different. Let's find out. Maybe each class is slightly different, but generally speaking, I assume every class is going to have to go to Dalaran. Hey Dalaran. Looks like I'm going to have to change the hotkeys for every character, unfortunately. Doesn't remember it all. Fair enough. It's not too difficult. Tricky part is all these abilities here. Bit of the old... Oh look, I've got the hotkeys there at least. Albino Drake. It's the only way to fly.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
So you go to Dalaran, you get a quest, sends you to fly to basically what's probably going to be a scenario. Or the starting zone, which is the flight to the Broken Shore. I'm pretty sure that's the starting zone, so that should be a scenario anyway, but it still takes you to the starting zone. I've never been to the Horde side on this Dalaran because I was an Alliance character. And I remember Dalaran, you couldn't go past this part as Alliance, otherwise you just get picked off by the guards, even if you try and stealth for it. You can drop off a mount though, but I think they still come after you. Now that's a Disney character, right there, that's a Disney villain. I'm not even joking, that genuinely looks like a Disney villain. Look at that face on this dragon. Here we go, this is the first time in the Broken Shore for me. As a warrior. As anything. So that's crit. Execute is this. I'm trying to go off what I normally do for warrior. What I remember put my abilities on. That's like a defensive ability, so that's Shift G and H for me. Unleash a series of 5 brutal attacks over 2 seconds. That sounds pretty powerful. Berserker Rage, moving, so that's fear control. Maybe as well Shift Y. Heroic Strike, Rage and Blow. That's roughly what I would have. How I would have it. Although charge is missing. That would be 1. And then that means everything else bloody moves up. Attack the target in the bloodthirsty craze. What the hell's Furious Slash? How many more of these attacks have we got?
I need a target.
What's the difference then? I mean, there's a slight difference, but which one am I supposed to use? Raging Blow? Furious Slash? Like, are these not just kind of the same abilities? Okie doke. Well, I'm pretty comfortable with how that all looks. Looks a bit like Chris Metzen for some reason. Just a bit. Let's charge in. Do some whirlwind since it seems to be a bit of an AoE fest going on here. Doing the whirlwind with both the weapons actually. This is the first time I've really seen the improvements to the like animations, the attacks and stuff like that. 4's like a proc. 3's also sort of like telling me to press that. Not sure what the reason is for pressing it though. 4 proc, then 3. So you do that. Only usable while enraged. So basically I'm enraged. So I can use it. I understand. And then I should be able to execute. Yeah, that feels quite good actually. I quite like the way that feels. T is my other attack. Furious Slash. I don't know that you just do that. I can't seem to use Heroic Strike. I'm not sure why I can't do that. It requires a melee weapon. So what am I doing Furious Slash for? Is that what you use when you're not enraged? Because I can't do enraged. No, now I'm enraged. But my damage seems a little low. Like, these guys are lasting a long time. Typically they don't. I think I have charge on R now these days. So your normal spamming ability is like 2. That's like your normal attack. 1 is like a sort of slightly special short cooldown that you might use, so that's Bloodlust, that's fine. So you start things off with 1, then 2. If you get any procs, then it's 3 and 4. So that's basically my mentality with a lot of these abilities. And then charge again. Don't know, there's a super easy way to use my rage. That looks like it. So you want to build up rage, and then you can do that. So if I've got 65 plus, will this proc up? Give me 65 rage. There we go, so it does proc. Does it only proc when you get 65 plus? Unleash a series of 5 brutal attacks over 2 seconds for a total of blah 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 damage. So I think you have to save up rage in order to get that. Yeah, that seems pretty cool. Quite straightforward, but at the same time it's got like a little bit of diversity to it, so I'm liking Warrior so far. This is Rage Warrior though, or Fury Warrior. Prove your valor on the broken shore. Defeat Bezaratus and his allies. Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
I'm out of range.
I'm going to just activate a lot of my critting stuff. Be execute time soon. Going to take loads of damage. Yeah, Warrior always did feel quite good, to be honest. I always quite liked Warrior. Okay, I used my what is it? Heroic Leap, and I got an LUA error. Those are always annoying. Now I've got to defeat Malgalore. So let's pop over here, see how Malgalore's doing. Ooh. It's a giant pit lord. Here come, there's 2 of them coming at me soon. Now there's just 1. Unless it's bugged. I think it's bugged. Yeah, he's probably supposed to come down because they split. If you notice, that's how a lot of the mini in-game cinematic kind of things work. Where the character's standing there, they say something, and then they kind of disappear but reappear, and then that new one that appears is the one that you fight, not the one that actually talked. And I don't know if I can walk away and have him come after me. I might have to get closer to this guy in order to get him to proc. There we go. So you have to get closer to this guy, and then he'll come down, because you can't attack him yet. Here we go, now we can. Get the Bloodlust going. Shift R, Shift Y to get that all queuing. Loads of damage. So I'm looking at Rampage as though it's like the Demon Hunter's Laser Beam or something like that. Fairly high cost, high damage ability. I think Heroic Strike has to be the arms ability. So you can't use it in which makes sense, and I'm glad you can't use it in Fury. So yeah, we get rid of that. And that's probably the same for Shockwave, because I didn't even take Shockwave as one of my talents. So if I look at my talents here, I didn't take Shockwave, so we can get rid of that. Otherwise that's just kind of taken up place. Got Command and Shout, but where's my Fury Shout? Do Warriors not have that anymore? Because that's the health one. Where's the damage one? Should be using Bloodlust off cooldown, if I understand it, and Raging Blows whilst you can, when it's available, and then you go back to Furious Stash if you've got nothing else to press, but otherwise you've typically got things to press. I was going to say I don't think I died there. The Real Gamer King. Is this worth getting this one as well? Are you asking, is it worth sort of pre-ordering or ordering a... Oh, what on earth is up with the pandas at the top here? Oh, this is the dungeon, I think. We're in scenario stage. Well, it's a bit early for me to tell you that. All I know is I'm definitely going to be playing it, because I do it with all the World of Warcraft games. I love them, obviously, these days the most at the start because it's just so chaotic and all your mates are playing it. Yeah, the Legion expansion. So it's just fun to just jump on and all do dungeons together and then do the, the difficult dungeons and be the first to do it, get the best items. So yeah, I'm gonna do it, definitely. It feels fine. It looks cool. I mean, all the little videos that they showed on the website and stuff like that of the actual zones, I haven't actually got to explore them yet, but they look amazing. Like, I get a lot of feelings from the Frozen Throne. In fact, to be honest, I think this is one of those expansions where they kind of like chuck in all those kind of references to Frozen Throne, TBC. Like right now, we're getting a lot of Frozen Throne vibes. The greatest living warrior on Azeroth. Come on, I'm not the greatest living warrior. I'm just a strong warrior that does his bit. Why do I have to be the best? God damn it, Blizzard. No one likes being the best, because if you're, that's like being Superman. It's boring. You got to have some flaws. Can't be as good as like the best, because then that just makes everyone insignificant. That's how I feel. It's like, well, if I'm the best, then that means Illidan's nothing. That means Tyrion's nothing. That means Thrall's nothing. That means they're all pathetic, which then makes them far less worthy and cool. They've been doing that since Cataclysm, and I like to say Cataclysm because it's the wrong way to say it, but they have been doing it since that. Especially when you go into one of the raid instances, like I did it on one of my high level characters, because you can sort of solo old school stuff. And Chris Messon's doing one of the voices, and he's just like he's constantly saying, like he's playing Nefarian, and Nefarian should hate you, but he keeps calling you hero all the time. They really ram that down your throat, and I don't like that. It's like it's not realistic. If I was a bad guy, you've walked, say, like the good guys, you go into Nefarian's lair, that's his home. Is he going to call you hero? No. He's going to call you a fucktard or something. He's going to be pissed that you're in there. He's not going to constantly say, well done, you killed so-and-so, one of my best mates that I've known for years, basically one of the raid bosses. Well done, mate. You're a hero for doing that. He's not going to bloody say that. Anyway, well, I'm quite enjoying Fury at the moment, so I'll probably go with Fury, I guess. But part of me wants to go arms because I haven't seen arms. I suppose I could spec switch to arms and just use a crappy weapon, so Fury feels cool. I quite like the way that's playing. Look at this other Tauren, he looks just like me. Except he's not pure white, albino white. He actually looks like he's got a proper character, a proper face. Look, that's what I mean. That's why I like characters like this. Look how stupid this looks compared to this guy. Like, that's a guy that takes it serious. Like, he's put some effort into that, and he just thought, wow, this guy looks really beastly. And this is what I do. That, to me, is 1,000 of these. So, Odin, what's up? Weapons of Legend. Ooh, that map.
I can't attack that target.
Yeah. I was going to say, could we just mount up anyway? That is a big albino Drake. It's because I'm on a Tauren and it's so massive. I'm not used to that. I normally play smaller characters. Yeah. I made quite a lot of gold, Lester, thankfully, during Warlords of Draenor in the early days, where you can make tons of gold off the garrison, and I have 11 characters and I leveled them all up. So I basically just did those dailies every day, maxing out the gold. So I've got plenty of gold, even if the daily costs of it or whatever for, you know, if it's, say for example it's 50,000 gold for a month or something like that, it's pretty pricey. I've got like, I don't know how much now, probably about 400, 500,000, something stupid like that. I can't remember, might be more than that. I certainly got a lot out of it. I love that whirlwind, look at that whirlwind, that really kicks ass. I don't understand why I got command in shout though as a warrior, a fury warrior. And also I might have aggroed a bit much here. I better press some defensive buttons. Get those defensive buttons going. This guy's doing loads of damage. I thought as a fury warrior you used to be able to, I'm going to be dead in a second. Yeah. As a fury warrior you used to be able to heal yourself on hit. But it doesn't feel like you can do that anymore. Oh, restoring 5% of your health. Didn't feel that bloody way. I probably aggroed too much there, to be fair. What was I looking for? Yeah, like, what happened to the other charge that, shout that warriors get? Command and shout. That's the arms one. Let loose a battle cry, grant an all blah blah blah. 15% increase to maximum health. I suppose it goes hand in hand with this, which restores 5% of your health. So if you increase your maximum health, you're getting more from it. But there's no more. Did the arms warriors have that shout? Oh yeah, I should have probably looked at this well. So you do Bloodthirst, Rage and Blow, and Rampage when possible. Whirlwind in AoE, Enrage. So you get Enrage for a very short time, but it increases your damage massively and your attack speed. And then your filler is basically Furious Slash. Ah, here we go. But I can't see those. Yeah, I was after the shout that does that gives you attack power. Ah. Oh, sky jump to Halls of Valor. So that's a teleport. Like Moonglade. Okay. Cool. Let's release and restart. By the way, this is what I'm talking about. Like the frozen. Look, you remember Grizzly Hills and stuff like that. Like I think this is going to be one of the best kind of zones. Suramar, Stockheim. This is probably going to be one of the best looking zones. It's going to have so much character to it. So I think it's going to be worth playing for just that alone. Just that, at least initial enjoyment of like this kind of solo kind of campaign. What's this 7 of this? Oh, sky jump. Why are you trying to make me use that all the time? That uses all of my fury though, doing that ability. So I wonder if that's even worth it. That doesn't use fury, but that generates 5 rage. This, an aggressive strike with your offhand weapon that deals a small amount of damage, but increases the critical strike chance of Bloodthirst. So you want to use Furious Slash first, then Bloodthirst, or as before you use a Bloodthirst. So if that's coming off cooldown, you want to use a Furious Slash and then Bloodthirst. If you want to max damage, I assume. So if I charge this guy, it would be charge, then Furious Slash, then Blood, then into Rage and Blow, build up the Rage, and then into Rampage, and then back to Rage and Blow, or Slash, then Bloodthirst. But there might be some guides that probably tell you to just use Bloodthirst on cooldown and ignore the fact that you get 15% critical strike chance on this, because Bloodthirst is probably so good. Which is kind of how a lot of the old World of Warcraft guides used to be. It's like, well, even if it says it procs this ability, you still just do this on cooldown. But I don't know for sure, so I'm going to play it by the rules. Show off my talents. I think I did that a moment ago. I did pick a bunch of talents, and they're all basically passive ones, because I didn't really want to think about it too much right now. I could go for things like Overpower, which is pretty cool. That does a lot of damage. But I've already got enough things to spend on, and I think there's always something to press, so I don't really need any more things to press because I just won't be able to press them. It's probably better in this scenario just to have like stuff that passively benefits you. Battle cry, look. Battle cry generate 100 rage. Do I get battle cry now? Because I don't have battle cry. That's the one I meant. Oh. Oh, I do. They just put a different picture on it. I thought that was like one of these 2-minute cooldown abilities, something special. Let loose a battle cry. Grant your special attacks an additional 100% chance to critically strike. Oh, it is still though. 1-minute cooldown. "100 rage" seems a bit much, yeah. So you want to use that at the start. Before you initiate. Or you just blow all of your rage and then use it. But this is kind of part of what I'm trying to do, is work out how the classes play. And then see, maybe I'll end up playing Warrior in the expansion. I haven't typically in most World of Warcraft games or expansions. But I might end up doing that if I enjoy this enough, which it seems like it plays how I would probably want it to play, to be honest. I haven't got any fixity buttons that are annoying to me, which is really the key. If you get just one class, you know, if you get a class with just one ability or something like that, that's just annoying. Or you just don't like just one of their abilities, that's enough to just stop you from playing it completely. Cough Druid. I love Druid, but they messed Druid up big time by getting rid of the charge and cool stuff like that. So a bit of the old battle charge, battle rage rather. If I know how much I can tank, I might end up aggroing a lot more, just to see what I can get away with. So if you're not getting any procs of rage, you can always manually activate Berserker Rage. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm curious about the honor system. Don't know how it works. Oh, I've got something stuck in my throat. That's horrible.
I need to get closer.
I'm lacking a stun though. I don't have a stun ability. Shockwave would do that though. I think it's supposed to be throwing enemies at me right now, but it's not doing it.
It's too far away.
Oh, here we go. Let the waves commence. Don't seem to do much damage though. Feel a little underpowered. At least, typically when you go to these starting zones, like the Demon Hunter, you kill stuff in like 2 hits and things like that. These are taking a little bit longer to bring down. Oh dear, feels like I've aggroed something. Just interrupted that, but I'm not sure I'm going to have enough help here. Better mitigate, better start some mitigating. Got to use Bloodlust pretty much on cooldown. Oh my god, something just did loads of damage to me there. I just took a load of damage very quickly there. Oh, sorry, Lester. Yeah, Nightbot's a bit stingy on the links. Hello, X-Powers. I think the way Fury Warrior could work is if it was to optimate, use Shockwave and stuff like that, you should do extra bonus damage while something's stunned. Although stun is always an annoying mechanic for other players.
I'm out of range.
So Battle Cry is no longer this... Like, Warriors don't seem to have this long cooldown, or not even long cooldown, just a long-lasting ability power build-up, which is probably for the best. Like, those things are just kind of like annoying to some degree, because it's better to not have them than to have them, because otherwise there's something you always have to apply, which isn't always a fun mechanic. So if it's something you don't have to worry about, then it's much better in that sense. It's only 10 mana as well. 10 mana Rage for Whirlwind, which is pretty cool. Uh-oh, I shouldn't over aggro here. I just remember because it's a scenario, and you don't lose aggro. Discover the hidden power within a forge at your class hall. If only I could use that on a demon hunter, huh? Oh, this is your kit for going defense. If you want to be a tank warrior. It was worth using Furious Slash there. I got a huge crit from that. Still trying to work out otherwise, because the cooldown on Bloodthirst is so short, it's hard to press all these other ones and then bother with Furious Slash sometimes. Actually, I want to see that. There you go. Why don't they like me? I just freed them. They want to spit on me. Okay, so let's just use 2 and then see how long my buff is. 7 seconds. Oh, that's pretty good then. So you don't have to press it every time necessarily before Bloodlust. But most likely you will end up having to do that. But right now I've got it. Oh, you can stack it. I didn't know that. Oh, look at that. Stacks up to 6 times, and then you're pretty much going to get a guaranteed crit. Doesn't say that. Unless that's a talent. I'll probably reduce the cost of Carnage, to be honest with you. I think that's better. Ah, and Whirlwind causes your next Rampage to strike up to 4 additional targets. That's pretty amazing. So you want to use Whirlwind before. Like, I like things like this where abilities can proc other abilities, can proc other abilities. So that's cool. I don't see anything that's causing that Furious Slash buff. Bloodthirst generates an additional 10 rage. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Furious Slash increases your haste by 5% for 10 stacks. That's probably quite important. Because if I can attack quicker, I can get these abilities out faster so I can actually use them. Berserker Rage now enrages you but its cooldown is increased by 30 seconds. Oh, that's not much good because I don't use that. There's the Heroic Strike or Massacre. Execute critical strikes cost your next Rampage costs no rage. And then that reduces the cost of Rampage, so then you might want to go somewhere else because of that. But even then, I like having that low, just in general. Does the name say stacked?
Closer.
It doesn't. Furious Slash, melee range, instant. An aggressive strike with your offhand that deals damage. Increases critical strike chance of Bloodthirst by 15%. So I guess you don't have to worry about pressing it once and then that. It's just whenever you're pressing it as your filler, it just definitely gives like Bloodthirst a good chance to crit, that's all. Otherwise you definitely probably want to be pressing Radiant Blow instead. When it's possible, and all those kind of things. So if we did a Whirlwind, and then did a... hang on a second. Although that won't work. Yeah, crit is a stack buff from it, but it doesn't mention that it stacks in the first place. That's what's kind of annoying, but it's not really a huge issue. I think we're going to worry about it too much. Okay, so we want to use Whirlwind and then our Rampage, because that's going to hit 4 additional targets, I think. Plenty of time to learn this stuff, but I'm trying to ram it all down my throat right now. Yeah, increasing your haste and that lasts a fair while, that's pretty good. So you want to have that really. Okay, let's aggro a little bit here. Because we can. Or maybe we can't. Let's see how we get on. Okay, let's use the Whirlwind. Did the Whirlwind give me the buff? Don't know if it's a guaranteed buff. 4. Yeah, it looks like that's hitting all sorts of units. Oh, here we go. One of those abilities that those guys do does loads of damage. He's gonna die! Don't die! Heal, 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 heal. God damn, that's close. Still need to heal. Living on the edge. Cool. Well, there it is. So it takes a while to kill things with a warrior, at least the Fury warrior. Arms warrior might be a bit more powerful. Don't think I can just willy-nilly respec though. Here he comes. Hero of Azeroth, here we go. And there he was. Here he is. Here he goes. Where he is, no one knows. Let's stack up the Furious Slash buffs first. Get the haste buff going. Oh wow, look at him go. We lost the buff. No, we didn't. Just about managed to keep onto the buff. So you need to kind of manage that. It'd be easier to have. If you've got add-ons, you can probably manage the buff a lot easier. This guy hits hard. I might want to kill the little wolf. I don't know how much damage he's doing, to be honest with you. Jesus. I ain't gonna die. I feel like I'm missing something, like weapons or armor or something. Like, look how much health I got. I'm using all my abilities. It's just like, Jesus. I'm having a real rough time here, surviving these. I'm healing like mad, though, out of combat, so that's nice. Just go and heal. But otherwise, compared to the Demon Hunter I was just playing, this guy's doing nothing. Well, he's trying to get away. It feels really weird when you're playing without music. Like, these songs look cool, but they are definitely missing the kind of ambient music that gives a real vibe to them. I might go for Stormbolt, although you said Shockwave's quite good. There's your stun. Deals quadruple damage to targets permanently immune to stuns. That could do a lot of damage to a boss. Let's find out.
I'm out of range.
No. Did he get stunned? Oh, come on now. Ah. You know what would be really cool is if they could put physics in, because the animations look so much better now, and he just goes like this. If you could just like lop off their heads or something like that, but obviously they'd need to make a World of Warcraft 2.0 or something, a new engine that could handle that kind of stuff. But that would be cool, because the animations look really good, and they need like the characters to feel the power of the animations. Should my rampage be costing 45 mana anyway? Because I've got Carnage on. Reduces the cost of rampage by 20 rage. Still looks like it's costing a lot of rage at the moment. $85 rage, wow. So it was already expensive enough as it was. Execute critical strikes, cause your next rampage to cost no rage. But you have to get a critical strike, otherwise that's kind of useless. So I don't know if I like that. Heroic strike, not sure if I like that either really. Don't think that works. Wow. She's pretty big. It's got some tentacle buddies. Might want to fight outside of its range. You just need to stun that. You can't interrupt it though. Ha! Huh. Stun it and then he goes back into it. I think you've got to kill him though. Don't think you can just leave him. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it only lasts so long, so it doesn't really matter whether you kill it or not. It's only important if you can kill it before you can do it. Yeah. Don't think so. Look, I got him at 1 health. Kill him. He's there. She's got a bit of a kill Jaden vibe to her. Maybe I'll start doing... Look at him. I might start doing some damage now. Use Sky Jump. I thought it said Scalump. To return to the halls of Valor. Praise the sun. One of the best dances you could ever do, and chugga 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 indeed, Sneaky. Although typically I only say chugga chugga. You only need to say it twice, really. 2 times is enough.
Closer.
What's up, Smithy? Oh look, we can learn some stuff. Ah! See, I didn't get to do this with the Demon Hunter because it was bugged, so I had to stop that little playthrough. See, you can choose between these two, and it requires artifact power. How much artifact power do I have? Warrior Troop A and B and I guess that's something for the Halls of Valor. Those are like your followers or something like that, maybe. And I've only got 1 skin by the looks of it, or 1 type. Odin's Fury? I just picked that. Alright, that's all you could pick, I suppose. And I don't know what these two do yet. I did get this, though. Discover the hidden power within the forge. Oh! So that gives you artifact power. Should I try clicking on one of those? Wind Relic might be Wind Fury. I like the idea of that. No, it doesn't do anything if you click on it. Gag for the goo. That's right. Gagging for the goo. Could not sound more dodgy.
Can you not go through the new Demon Hunter?
I was. And I did. And then it got to a point where there was once again a glitch that meant that you couldn't go any further. You're supposed to go to a forge, which I've just done with the warrior now, but the Demon Hunter had its like own forge. And there's no forge. So I couldn't go any
What
further.
level are you?
Oh, only 100, I think. I'm not leveled. Oh, maybe.
Do you start at level 100?
Yeah.
That's Demon Hunter.
With these characters.
Okay.
Demon Hunter starts at level 98, I think. But it levels up really quickly.
Yeah.
So it takes like no time to get to 100 with Demon Hunter. And this looks like more of the Order halls. I've got quest.
Oh, you're on Warrior.
Yee!
Fuck me, there's literally like fucking 8 abilities nowadays.
It's okay though.
It's going to get to the point
because
where it's just like a MOBA, where you just have like 1 cooldown and then 4 abilities or something.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't want many more abilities because they've fixed it so it's better, right? Instead of having like a whole ton of extra abilities, it's just stuff to click on that don't really do much. You've got abilities now that even though you've only got so many, you've got enough that you've always got something to click, and that they... Oh, sorry. Didn't push down push the talk.
Yeah, I'm watching his stream anyway.
Oh, right, yeah, you got... That's going to sound weird now if I'm holding push to talk, because you're going to get it twice.
That's cool.
But, yeah, like, you want to use Furious Slash, because you do that 3 times, you get that stack, that lasts for 9 seconds, so you need to make sure you're doing that at least once every 9 seconds. And then Rage and Blow is something that procs off of being enraged. Rampage is a big rage dump, but you need to use that whenever you can, but you need to get over 65 for that. Bloodthirst needs to be off cooldown. Battle Cry when you can. Storm, you can get other abilities, so you do have options with the talents to chuck in some more things to click on if you want, but the way this one's playing so far is you don't really want anything else to click on because you're struggling enough as it is to press these ones in time before they come off cooldown.
Well, that's like the goal of Blizzard of... It's like the road Blizzard have gone down. Making less abilities, but making the abilities that you have more in-depth, I guess.
Got a bunch of follower quests or something here. Portal to Dalaran. Tells me to get the hell out now. Portal to Dalaran taken. Dalaran.
But like I said yesterday, I won't be excited for WoW again unless they actually do a full revamp of the engine, because it just feels dated to me now.
Yeah. Well, they kind of did.
Like the whole combat system and everything.
Maybe the combat system still struggles because that's back in the past. But the aesthetics, like they've worked a lot on how the characters look, and they've added in like, a whole ton of new animations for attacks, but they haven't got animations for characters when they get hit and stuff like that, which is something I was just mentioning earlier when I was playing the warrior, where if you do, you do a spin and attack with your axe, it'd be awesome if when they're on the last bit of their health, their head gets lopped off or something like that. But I think that's a way away yet. No, we're not quite there yet. And I have no idea where this portal to Dalaran is taken, and as far as I'm concerned, I think we're pretty much done with the warrior now. I assume that each of these classes that I play are going to have similar quests at this point, where you just go and do them. So it's not really relative to the warrior, but I'm done for the initial part of this warrior, so that's that dem there warrior, the starting area, the zone I assume. But obviously there's a lot more to go. But that's the initial starting point. You got your artifact weapons, and that's kind of what I want to do with each class. Just work out what they do up until their artifact weapons, and maybe have a little look at the.
I love how they did a
rules.
whole stat squish as well, and it's all just gone out the window. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. These fucking huge numbers.
Yeah, they've obviously dug themselves into a hole there, because they said they're going to do a stat squish, and they didn't really do it, did they? Because the numbers just after like one expansion or just a couple of raid tiers were suddenly going stupidly high again. And the thing that makes me wonder is that they couldn't squish them down any lower. I don't know why, or what what calculations or mathematic problems there is with the coding for that. But maybe they wanted to knock it all back down to like 5,000 health and 500-ish DPS. But
yeah, that's what I used to love in Classic. I just love the low number. I don't
know why they didn't do that. There's either two ways. Maybe they couldn't do that and they wanted to do that, or they took the stupid route, which is, well, people want to see pretty big numbers, so let's still have it where it's about 20 to 30k, so they still feel like they're doing something. But that's not right. Stop trying to appeal to the dumbasses that think, oh, I'm doing 30k, that's better. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I remember TBC, and you get like a 1,000 crit on your Shadow Bolt, and that felt amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't matter about the numbers. That's the thing. It matters about the percentage of health that you do, or, well, it's all just relative, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You could have like 10 health and do 2 damage, that kind of thing. Yeah, obviously you don't want to go down that low, but I know what you mean.
Low. Classic was perfect.
Practically perfect in every way. Look at this guy. He's chugga-chugging.
Roughly like 4. Well, damage dealers would have like 2 to 3k health. Tanks would have about 5 to 6. And a big crit would do like 1.1k, something like that. That was perfect.
Should I just jump down here and see if this is the portal to Dalaran? Okay, I can't jump down here. I was going to risk it for the biscuit. I assume she's the Stormflight Master. She'll take me there. And that guy just told me a joke, but I didn't get to hear it. Here we go, Dalaran. Whee! You just kind of leap into it. Whee! War Stomp.
Too far away.
Okay, let's just quickly see what happens here. Ready for turn-in. May as well whilst I'm here.
Well met, champion.
Yeah, this is just kind of like questing now, basically. So it's not necessarily specifically warrior. Oh, that is the class hall, so that is still warrior related, but it's not like warrior related. Where it's the class halls related warrior. I don't know if I'm making any fucking sense. I know what I mean though. The main thing is that initial quest bit where you get the artifact quest, basically. Let's just call it that, the artifact quest. I want to do that on each of the classes. So I've done the Demon Hunter, well, kind of. I still haven't bloody done the Demon Hunter because it glitched. But I've done the Warrior now, so over the next few days, it's probably going to take me a week or two, to be honest, to get through to it, because I ain't got all the time in the world. But I'll try and do that and hop on, do a stream, and just visit each of the classes and their initial... I know this has been done like weeks, months ago by the other YouTubers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, look at this. That view distance. That's pretty massive. That was another thing. Yeah, so that's fine. I'm not like trying to go for fuse or anything like that. I'm just discovering it in my own time. So if you want to see all that stuff, you can see it on YouTube. It's all been done before.
What's the performance like?
Well, it feels fine for me. I've got everything on Ultra. And I've got a pretty shit PC. But yeah, no, World of Warcraft's been really good lately, and I'm streaming as well. But I am streaming at 720p instead of 1080p. Because when I tried to do it at 1080p, I had problems. But that might have been the Demon Hunter zone that was causing it. I don't know, but didn't really want to risk it. Where's my graphics? System. Graphics. Yeah. Like, that's unusual. I wouldn't... It's recommended for me to be high, so maybe it's saying my computer should only be doing high, but I've been playing on high on most things and ultra on a couple of other things. So no problems there. A few distance is pretty high, 7 out of 10. Whack that up, that will really... Look at that. Stuff is starting to pop in the background there.
That view distance is quite nice. It looks like they've done some work on that.
Yeah, they might end up cheating the view distance a little bit by putting in these kind of fog effects that stop you from being able to see objects in the background. Oh wow, this looks gorgeous. I feel like I'm in the level 1 starting zone for Night Elves again. Don't know what those big giant purple berries are on the tree. That looks a little odd. I assume that's not finished yet. Yeah, that might be a placeholder for something. I feel like I'm in the world of gummy bears or something.
What the fuck? That glitch.
I just think those textures aren't finished. But otherwise, this looks gorgeous. This is what I think. Like, you say, I totally agree. I don't think they can do anything about the combat. Like, they can't really do much other than just make it spicier. Things that proc off other things. They just need to work on that. But otherwise, you know, the world itself looks pretty damn gorgeous. I'm not really going to kill him. Or am I? Hang on a second. He's got
Do you not think the
224,000 health.
combat feels dated? It's not just like your character, but also in terms of raid boss mechanics. They're just limited into how much they can do because the engine's like 12 years old.
Yeah, but I don't mind it, to be honest with you, because there's no other games like World of Warcraft's combat system that I play. And it's not necessarily a great thing, but I honestly don't mind it. Like, I've always enjoyed it to some degree because it feels like you can min-max it. So when you've got that feeling of being able to min-max it, you kind of like bypass some of its sort of like outdatedness because it's like, well, at least as long as I'm doing like the best possible job I can be doing, I'm enjoying it and getting something out of it. Ah, I have a storm bolt. Not going to cast that spell on me. Oh, he's goring me though. Getting proper gored up by this guy.
Do you not feel some live combat system similar to Terra or Wildstar or Blade and Soul would be better?
Yeah, what, like more telegraphed and that kind of thing. I think so, yeah. But they can't do it. They clearly can't do it. Otherwise, they would have done it. The engine's obviously limited to a certain point. So they surely just can't do it. So they're just making the best of what it is. And it's going to be more along the cosmetic lines and aesthetic lines than it is impactful gameplay, I suppose. So, yeah, it's a little outdated, but I still haven't really got bored of it, or I don't feel bored of it. As long as it don't last too long. Like, doing that initial warrior part at the start, where I was fighting those guys, it felt more outdated there because it was taking me so long to kill them. So World of Warcraft definitely has that problem where they put too many sponge heavy bosses and mobs in there where they have tons of health. Again, that goes back to when you were saying about raiding. Like, you will have mobs with lots of health. If you're just hitting something for like 30 seconds to 1 minute, you're going to notice the combat system way more than you're going to notice it when you sort of kill something in 8 to 12 seconds. So they kind of can't do much about that. But it is what it is. And you'd have to wait until next expansion, I guess, if they actually do anything regarding combat, if they can. God, that's harsh. That fawn never stood a chance.
I don't know if they would be able to do anything about the engine now.
Yeah.
Like, the game would just break, wouldn't it? I don't really know how it works, but...
I got a new ability. Odin's Fury. Unleash the fiery power bestowed in your weapons by Odin, dealing 38,000 damage plus an additional damage over seconds. 45-second cooldown, so it's just another cooldown kind of ability. That's fair enough. Oh, we're going to have a duel. What class is he? Shaman.
Have they said whether they're doing a stat squish again for this? That would be way more, like, up for playing it if they were doing a stat squish.
Don't know. I haven't got a hamstring, I don't think, ability.
What's this health bar thing? This isn't new. Is that an add-on or is it actually integrated?
I haven't got
into the
any
game?
add-ons on, I don't think. So this seems kind of new to me. Good game, well played. He'll probably want some revenge, I think, after that. I think I used more or less everything on right cooldowns. He seems to have some sort of ability to jump, but he couldn't really escape me too much. Oh, I did have something to slow him down. Not hamstring, but pierce and howl. Snares all enemies within 15 yards, reducing their movement speed, so that would be quite a good idea. Enrage regeneration, so that reduces
Can you
damage.
show us the arms spec?
Not right now, maybe another day. But yeah, I'd have to respec, and I don't know how to do that exactly. Oh, I just got the silence in there. That's huge. Although he's got that guy. God damn, that damage. I'm just going to throw something at him now. Oh, he's getting the heels off. Ah! He's got a fist of Ra-Den. I noticed when I was doing my question, I didn't really get any gear other than the artifacts. So the Demon Hunter get gear, but they don't get artifacts or anything like that.
I can't.
What, have you got artifact weapons now?
Yes.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Oh, he's doing a better job of keeping me at bay. Oh, 10,000 health left. He did better that time. Definitely close. Haven't done PvP in World of Warcraft for ages.
Let's see the weapon.
What's the weapons? Odin's Fury. That's Fury.
Okay. And you just get them from level 100, I guess, all the way up.
Yes. They should level up.
It's a pretty lazy design. Don't have to design any weapons ever again.
He's trying something new and it's not working for him as well.